Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Caroline here, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to make up my face while I give you updates on how my exercise is going, weight loss is going, how things are going on a whole. So stay tuned. Before I get into it though, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you won't miss another video from me. So yeah, let's get into it. I know you so well, so well. Alright, so today I'm going to film my everyday makeup, like what I basically do on a daily basis to go into work when I'm not in the mood to do all the eyeshadow and stuff. Now I do still highlight and contour, but if I'm not in the mood to do eyeshadow, I keep it simple. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. It shouldn't take more than 15 minutes, let's hope. And while I'm doing that, I'll chat with you, giving you the update on how things have been going. So I have already prepped my face. I have used Maybelline Baby Skin. Ugh. Baby, come on. Why? Oh my god. The light is so bright. Yes. Maybe if I dim the light a bit. Okay, there you go. So Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I use that to prime my face from time to time. When I'm not using that, I use sometimes I would use calamine lotion. Sometimes I would use milk of magnesia. I know the beauty gurus say that that's not very good and healthy for your skin, but it helps me, so there's that. Alright, so like I said, this year I started off this year with the desire to lose 50 pounds. I would have done a lot of research. Given the fact that I have polycystic ovaries, I realized that weight gain is very easy. Getting it off is very difficult. So I started off doing a lot of research when it came to like foods that I shouldn't eat, generally how to go about losing the weight that I would have put on. This year started off very stressful for me because for 2 months I would have missed my period, and I was just like, what the hell, like why is my body going through this again? I would have, like, for those of y'all who suffer with polycystic ovarian syndrome, y'all know too that missed periods happen. But you know, sometimes my friends are like, you're really lucky that, you know, you have the opportunity to miss a period. But it's so frustrating because of the fact that you are missing your period and you're not knowing when it's going to appear, which means that you'll forever have to be prepared for it to come. And it could come on any given random day that, you know, you don't really want it to come. Let's say you have an event or you were planning for something great and it just shows up anyways. So the year started off with a bang, with stress from not getting my period on time, and I just was in a zone because when my period isn't here, I don't know, it affects me negatively. And then in addition to that, like, this has everything to do with weight loss, as I'm getting there. In addition to that, I had all the symptoms of my period. So I had the bloating, I had the weight gain just before your period, I had the cravings, the everything. So what I'm going to use now, I'm going to use the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. Don't laugh at the top, because I generally pull off the sponge, and that's mainly because I like to use a brush, and yeah, I know I'm weird. Anyways, so what was I was saying that I went through all the symptoms of the period, right? So the weight gain, the cravings, the the acne, the everything. I went through everything. So it was frustrating to me that I moved from, I would have gained 5 pounds, and so I started to feel stressed out, because remember I said I started the year wanting to lose weight. So when I stepped on the scale and I realized that I would have gained 5 pounds, I became motivated. Now over the Christmas, I would have asked a friend of mine to get me a skipping rope to facilitate this weight loss journey that I was going to start. And at the start of the year, I started off skipping. Then I had to deal with shin splints and all that lovely stuff. So just the update. I would have officially started the journey after I would have done all my research and figured out what foods I should not eat and what foods I should eat, figured out what type of medications to use to assist with the polycystic ovarian syndrome, figured out how to go about exercising that would be beneficial to me, so that I won't feel exhausted or not wanting to exercise at all. And I'm happy to report that this morning, so I would have started, I started off by saying that I would have started officially in February, start of February. And so far I've lost 5 pounds. I would have lost 1 inch of my waist, 1 inch of my arms, 2 inches of my boobs, 1 inch of my hips. So that's a good thing. Although I don't really want to lose weight of my hips. Like, if somebody could tell me what to do to keep my hips intact while I go through this weight loss journey, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I always say that my hips and my legs are my best assets, I guess. So yeah, so there's that. I'm super duper proud of myself, because, you know, 5 pounds, although it might seem a little, it's a big deal for me, because as I said to you before, for me personally, it's always easier to gain the weight than to lose it, right? So this looks stupid. This is hard. I don't know how people do this. I mean, 8 minutes into recording, right? So so I've lost, I've succeeded, and I've lost some weight, and it's a big deal. Now, as I said to you in a moment ago to I would have started skipping, right? I started off at, let's say, 300 skips, and I made it to 1,000 skips. Yay me! I felt so proud of myself because some days, you know, I was like severely demotivated from continuing, because sometimes when I get on the scale, this is one thing that ladies should not do when they are trying to lose weight, and that is consistently get on the scale. Because what I noticed with my body is that I was working out like a beast, yo, and some days when I get up on the scale, it seemed as though I gained more weight, and some days it would seem like I lost, and it was so traumatic to me. Like I was going through the most, and it was hard. So I would suggest that when you start your weight loss journey, that you don't ever, you set a time frame to go to weigh in. So for me now, I've decided that I'll weigh in at the end of every month, just to see the progress that I would have made. Because I mean, like, why do you need to weigh yourself every single day? That's not good. That's not healthy. It's not, there's nothing about it that is good for your mental well-being. So I am not going to be weighing until the end of the month. So today is the 1st of March. The next time I will be weighing in is on the 1st of April. And of course, I will keep you all updated on the progress that I would have made then. So now that I've gotten to 1,000 skips, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Should I go to 2,000? What's next on the agenda? You know, like you have after you set yourself for a challenge and you complete the challenge, you don't know what to do next. And that's the struggle right now. The struggle right now is to figure out what's next on the agenda in terms of exercise. But I am still working out. I also want to start back walking and then eventually running again. So I'm actually excited to resume doing that, because when I would have lost weight in 2018, 2019, one of the things that I noticed is that when I was running, that was when I was most effective in the weight loss. So yeah, so I'm excited. I'm waiting on SCA to finish, and then I'm going to resume. If anybody out there wants to be a running buddy with me, just let me know, and I'm down for it. So that's weight loss journey. Just an update also on publishers. So I would have, like I said, I would have reached out to some publishers to give feedback on my book of poems. They did. They gave some good reviews, and they told me what they believe needs to be done to improve the pieces. Oh, I'm not telling y'all what I'm doing. This sucks. I'm using my black Opal True Color foundation. What I did before, I would have used the Arista setting powder over the eyelids to set the concealer in place. Yeah, right. So the publishers would have indicated that um, the book itself it's a good read. There's some tweaking, of course, that I would need to get done because nobody, when they write initially without review by themselves, writes anything that's perfect. If anybody tells you that they they wrote something and published it without somebody reviewing it and it was perfect, they are not being honest with you. Um, because when you're writing, after a while your brain does not ends up seeing things that aren't there. You need a second and third eye to ensure that what you've written makes sense. And so they would have found some little errors here and there that they think could be worked on to make the book the best version of the book. So the issue, well, it's not an issue. It's a challenge that I am now faced with, and if I want to be honest with myself and publish, really genuinely publish, I have to get a hold on it. They are charging me $2,130 US dollars to get the book published. So in TT, that's like, to be exact, when I multiplied by 7, it's coming up to be a little shy of 15,000, so $14,910. I'm back with the concealer. I'm concealing under my eyes, my nose, and my cupid's bow. Yeah, so 14. Ooh. $14,910. So yeah, so the challenge is finding the finances to get that done. And because of the type of person that I am, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I'm dedicated to getting this book published. But then last night when I was talking to my brother, he pointed out the fact to me that well, Caroline, you know, you'll have to sell a little over 100 copies of the book just to break even, because if it's $15.99, because they suggested a price to charge for the book, right? Just to break even with the expenses that I would have put out, you know. But then weighing it, is it that I'm publishing to make a lot of money or to just put myself out there as an author? And that's the question. Like, that's what I have to be honest with myself about, because in my head I wasn't thinking of it as a source of income per se. I was more so looking at it as an opportunity for my work to be out there, most importantly, and for me to be an author, right? So when he said that to me last night, I was like, oh, you do make a good point there, bro. So there's that. So I'm stuck there. If you guys have any suggestions in terms of like what do you think I could do to possibly raise the funds, then that would be greatly appreciated. So now I'm going to set the concealer under my eye. setting powder. Yeah, so all that lovely stuff is happening. When they wrote back, I felt proud. I did feel proud because every year for me with this book was next year. Every year was, ah, I'll do this next year, I'll do this next year, I'll do this next year. And I'm really thankful for a new friend who, when I posted the cover, she would have been like, oh my god, what is this? Is this a play? And I told her no, I'm considering publishing my book of poetry. She hopped on the bandwagon immediately. She's the one who linked me with the publisher, and you know, she was just there ensuring that everything about the process was smooth. When I got the feedback from these publishers, she went looking for another set of publishers so that I would have options. And I just find it so, it's so dope to know that, you know, you have people in your corner to assist you. So what I'm going to use here now is the black Opal soft velvet finishing powder. It's in the shade Deep 700, right? I know I didn't say that in the last video because I didn't remember what the name of the powder was. So there you go. It's the soft velvet finishing powder, right? So yeah, so publishing my book. If everything goes well, hopefully I'd get it done before my birthday this year. I'd really like for that to happen. I just have to figure out where I'm getting the finances from, and I think once I do that, I'll be in a good place. What else is there to update you on? So I've updated you on my weight loss. I've updated you on publishing. I have to finalize my application for my PhD. Like I said, I have an idea I could share that I will share with you guys. So everybody knows that my sister is special needs, and because she's special needs, I have been paying attention to what's accessible to people like her. I did a project for my work, which entailed going in and seeing special needs students, testing them to see how the level of health and wellness, where they're at. And what I would have found was that in terms of dietary needs, most parents of special needs children just tend to give them anything to make them feel comfortable, comforted, happy, and it just ends up being that they end up being hypertensive or diabetic, and that's not good. Even I find myself indulging Korean in things that she probably should not indulge in, particularly because my family has a history of diabetes and hypertension. Like my father had hypertension, my mom was hypertensive and had diabetes. So those are things that I have to be aware of. But you know, you just can't help, I guess, indulge them, which is not good to do. So yeah. So the topic is, what I want to do is implement a health program for special needs children, because we generally focus on normal kids every day. The Ministry of Education has a proper protocol for normal children, and I don't think anybody has sat with the stakeholders for special needs children and determined what's in their best interest. So I am going to do a winged liner. We're using my Caramia waterproof pen liquid eyeliner. So yeah, so my plan is to develop what do you call this thing? A policy to be implemented in the schools, in the school system for special needs persons, so that to encourage health, to encourage them to be healthy. And then I'm going to test to see if the policy works by monitoring and through monitoring and evaluation. And then after that, well that will be the end of the PhD. So I'm going to test the policy about 3 times, have my stakeholder meetings, etc., see if it's working, and then that'll be the end of it. So yeah, so that's it there for my PhD. So it's just for me to actually sit down and draft the plan and submit to my boss. I recently also submitted an application for an exchange program in the University of Surrey in England. So we'll see how that goes as well. So essentially everything is on the up and up. I you know, excited about this year and how this year will go for me. I'm trying to maintain a level of positivity because I just feel like a lot of time I've spent beating up myself and not taking care of me and not meeting my own personal needs and just being there and supportive for everybody else. And then when I look in the shadows, there's no reciprocity, and I'm just there by myself trying to struggle and crawl out of this barrel. And so yeah, so now it's 2022. It's about focus on Caroline and getting Caroline to a place where she is contented with who she is. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm not happy or contented with where I am in life, because I have a job, I have a roof over my head, I'm comfortable, I'm confident in who I am as a person. But there's always room for improvement, and I want to be the better version of myself. So 2022 is about that for me. Okay, right, so I'm going to do a quick contour. Remember, I told you all that I really don't use I don't use sticks, I use eyeshadow. So I'm going to do a real quick something here, just to make it look like, you know, I put some effort into this look, which I would say I did, because I did. But how have you all been? Like, how has things been through this pandemic? It's it's starting um to get annoying now. Like, you would think that by now COVID would just decide, all right, well, I've done the most, I don't need to be here anymore. But nope, COVID has decided that it wants to just stay with us forever, eh? It's quite annoying. I really hope that we have been staying safe, staying indoors. I know at this point, you know, it's very difficult not to catch it, because where I am, we've gone back out to work, and you know, you really can't tell who has it, who doesn't have it, who's coming to work with flu-like symptoms, knowing they have flu-like symptoms and still coming into the office. Like, you really don't know, you're not sure, and then today you could be okay, and then tomorrow you get up with flu-like symptoms, and it's like, what the hell, where did I get COVID from? So yeah, it's a hell of a thing. As our prime minister would have said, COVID is here with us to stay. I guess the WHO is now reevaluating, in the stage of reevaluating everything. I've heard that they want to downgrade it from a pandemic to an epidemic. We'll see how that goes. Last thing, well, second to last thing would be, let me just put something in my tear ducts. That's just to give the illusion that this look was well thought out. Okay. Brighten the eyes a bit. Give the look that, the illusion that, you know, Caroline really did take real long on this makeup look this morning. Boy, wow. Now, I really could do this look in less time, but I guess because I was talking to you all, it took a little longer. And don't forget the mascara. Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Waterproof Mascara. I really like this mascara because, I mean, look at these lashes and look at this. Like, you see a big difference. I should be going somewhere, shouldn't I? I have nowhere to go. Oh, and I am in talks with a couple friends of mine about a business idea. I'm always trying to find other ways and means to make some coin. So I'm in talks with some friends of mine to see if we could just, you know, come together, pull our skills. Because as Black people, you know, I don't know, like, we tend to want to operate in silos, do things on our own, and I get that because it's just easier to do things by yourself and for yourself. I totally understand that motive, you know. But why, as a Black community, can't we just come together, pool our resources, and get things done. So I'm in conversations with some friends of mine about the same for a business idea that I think could be lucrative. And it would really just be us using our skills. So investment, all we basically would be doing is investing our time, which is money. So yeah, so I'm hopeful before the end of the year that would be up and running as well. So I'm now going to spray my face with Maybelline Lasting Fix makeup setting spray. It gives you a matte finish and it has up to 16, what is wrong with my reading today? 16 hours of wear. Yeah. So yeah. Doesn't this face look like I spent a lot of time putting it together? And generally when I make up my face, when I do this kind of look, I might take 15 to 20 minutes. So it's not long. And then I would put lipstick. I'd put a pop of color lipstick because I want to also give the illusion that the look was well thought out and took forever and a day to do. And I really love red lipstick. So yeah, there you go. Just clean up the areas that made a mess with. And there you go. Do you like it? Do you like it? I like it. Very simple, very quick, very effective. Yeah, so thanks for joining me on this little update video. I do hope that you all enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next video and we'll chat soon. Bye.